Hola, ¿qué tal? Welcome back to my channel. Yo soy la profesora Zapata. In today's video, we're going to focus on los pronombres personales, the personal pronouns. Let's get started. By this time, if you watch my videos, you should be a little bit more familiar with how I help you pronounce the words in Spanish using or mimicking some of the English sounds. In this video, they are not written out for you, so make sure that you are listening. We have on the singular side, yo, which means I. Yo. Tú, which means you. That one is informal. You will use that when you are addressing someone who you are familiar with, someone you are comfortable with, a friend, a family member. Tú. Third person, usted. Usted. That means you, but this one is formal. You will use this one to address someone who you are not familiar with. A stranger, someone you just met, or someone of an authority figure or an elderly. Él. Él. That means he. Ella. Ella. That means she. Don't forget to double that L sound, sounds like a Y. We're going to move over to the plural side. Nosotros. Nosotros. The parentheses indicates the female version. Nosotros, nosotras. Just substitute the last two letters with the AS if you are referencing females. That means we. Vosotros. 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 Vosotras. That means you all. This one is mostly used in Spain. However, when they use it, it is also referencing people who they are familiar with, but this one is more than one person. And remember, the V in English does not have the same sound in Spanish. So it's not vosotros, it is more like a B sound. Vosotros. Ustedes. 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 That means you all. This is the version that most people in Latin America use. However, it depends who you are speaking to. You can either use vosotros or ustedes. In Spain, ustedes is also used for people who they are not too familiar with. Ellos. 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 That means they. However, in Spanish, we have gender. So you can be referencing a group of people who are just males, or you could be referencing a group of mixed male and female. Ellas. 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 Ellas means they. However, it is to reference a group that it's only female. Now we're going to see the singular side of the personal pronouns with some ejemplos, oraciones, sentences. Let's start with yo. Yo soy una profesora. That means I am a teacher. Right now, you should only be worrying about understanding which pronouns are in Spanish and the translation in English. The sentence structure will come in another video. Tú. Tú eres una estudiante. That means you are a student. Usted. Usted es muy simpática. That means you are very kind or very nice. Remember, the tú and usted are both the same. They're just used differently. They both mean you. One is informal, one is formal. Él. Él es un estudiante. That means he is a student. And the last one on the singular side of the personal pronouns is ella. Ella es una estudiante. Let's now take a look at the plural side of the personal pronouns. Nosotros. Notice how I'm using only the male version or male and female version together in the nosotros and vosotros form. But don't forget that we have one for just females. Nosotros. Nosotros somos amigos. That means we are friends. Vosotros. Vosotros sois estudiantes. That means you all are students. Ustedes. Ustedes son muy simpáticas. That means you all are very kind or very nice. Ellos. Ellos son estudiantes. That means they are students. Ellas. Ellas son estudiantes. That means they are students. The only difference here is that ellas is referencing a group of only females. Practice makes perfect, so let's repeat them. Yo, tú, usted, él, ella. Nosotros, nosotras. Vosotros, vosotras. Ustedes, ellos, ellas. There is also an additional pronombre personal, personal pronoun, and that one is vos. It also means you. When Spanish speakers use this pronoun, they're substituting the pronoun tú or usted. Remember, those two mean the same. One is informal, one is formal. The use of this is called voceo. Voceo. However, it is not used everywhere, and it is more of an informal tone. It is mostly used in Argentina and some Central American countries. It also changes the way the verb right after it is conjugated. This you do not have to use just yet, as you're just learning. but it is a great cultural and grammatical piece of information so you can learn more about the Spanish-speaking world. Vos. Importante. Número 1. Personal pronouns, as you may know, they can replace nouns. Ejemplo, la profesora Zapata. I could also just replace it with the personal pronoun ella. It's singular and it's female. Número 2. Personal pronouns, most of them, in Spanish can be omitted in a sentence, as the verb conjugation is unique to that personal pronoun, and you can still know who is doing the action. Ejemplo, I can say, yo como vegetales. Como vegetales, it's another way of saying the same sentence. Again, I can say, yo como vegetales. That means I eat vegetables. But I could also say como vegetales. I omitted the personal pronoun yo because the conjugation is unique to that personal pronoun only. So in this sentence, the letter O in the verb como lets us know that yo is the one doing the action. Muy bien. That concludes our Pronombres Personales video. I'm glad you are sticking around and improving your Spanish skills or just learning Spanish with me for the first time. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email me at laprofesorazapata@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course, share this with other people who are on the same journey learning Spanish as you are. Ciao, ciao!